Job. Let's go over here to
34. Yeah.
Clear with your watt meter.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Need an auto tune amp.
Yes, Jose. Hey, Jose. Hola, hola, chicos, contamos para disco. WW4Q.
Bueno.
there's not really anybody weird.
Where'd you run off to there? DEK5BLS, Carson City, Nevada.
Hola.
Holy cow. So this is your neighborhood, I know it. No Bill's right next door.
But, I don't know. It's a lot of work needs to be done, but that's livable. It's a nice neighborhood. You know, oh well.
Yeah, but, you know.
You and I talked about this in the past, by the way.
if you buy something, yeah, you got the VA loan, dude. You use somebody else's money, right? And then you're golden, and you just choose how much you want to put down, and you get the lowest interest loan possible that anybody can get. So that you're basically buying a house like that, and you know that every cent that you put into it, you know you could get back if you do it that way, right? So it's not like you're taking a huge plunge. It's just you're so used to living in a little apartment that you're just used to you're used to being you. I don't have to tell you, but I get it and I see it. But regarding the house, I mean, you're in a very good position, obviously financially and everything, to pick up a house. Might be a good deal. Also, it might be nicer to living in that apartment. You know, there's that part too. So yeah, that was that. So yeah, we talked about the VA loan, and that was the other part, just getting the hell out of an apartment building. You know, and so what's the worst can happen, right? If you didn't buy it for cash, you just finance it. Use your good credit from being a veteran. Take the VA loan, and I'm sure you got great credit, because, you know, why wouldn't you?
Well, you know me. I like the comfort here. But, you know, that little voice in me is always talking to me, right? Like, well, look at this, look at that, blah, 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 blah. But I like where I'm at. You know that about me. You know that about me.
Yeah.
But I am, like, real simple, and I like living here, and I'm just weird.
Yeah, but you don't like having your wife be unhappy, being woken up by people smoking weird crap and all the other shenanigans that go on there, and you don't actually need to live there. It's just that you're comfortable in your environment, and you're also nervous about making a change, and I get it, but, you know, couldn't be, I mean, whatever, it's just something to consider. I'm not trying to talk you into it. I noticed the price, I was like, wow, you can actually pick up a house for $500,000 and not $1 million. I just figured everything that was out there is like 800 to $1 million. But I know Roseville's a pretty good area.
Well, you know, if you got the VA loan, which obviously Dana does, you don't have to have your own money. In fact, you know, you almost don't have to have any money at all. You just have to demonstrate that you can pay the mortgage.
Yeah, I've never used it. I don't know. I was talking to her about that. Right now, through the finance, so you need to talk to her about all that. But because she's a real estate agent, she says I'm sort of familiar with some of these things, and I think the VA would be a great way to go. Look how that VA works. So, and she says the cost would be really, really minimal. And I thought, yeah, I'm just thinking about it, talking it, mulling it over, you know. You know, like that Crocodile Dundee guy said. Remember that? You remember that in that movie? Where he goes, when you got a problem, you walk about creek, you go in and talk to Wally, and he tells everybody in the bar, and then everybody hears your business and knows about it, and then it's not a problem anymore. Right? Yeah, oh man. And the smoking thing has kind of bothered Gundarella. So, anyhow, right now, it seems pretty tapering off, because we complained a little bit, and I kicked it into high gear, and so far, looks like it's, you know, I got a couple notices from the manager, owner, told him to look how it's going down, and he's kind of scrambling and got some notices put on the guy's door, and then I talked to that Bishop dude over there, and told him what was going on.
Okie dokie. I guess you really want to keep living in an apartment.
Hello, radio. Audio
I
check.
don't know, I just put
1, 2, and 3. Audio check 1, 2, and 3. Kilo India 5, Alpha Yankee Charlie. Hello, QSL. Audio check 1, 2, and 3.
I'm going to him and haw about it.
Well, you still gotta pay the mortgage. So, if you don't really want to do that, then you don't want to do it.
Well, you got to pay it in.
It doesn't bother you any, then you don't have to pay the 20% down or the 10% down like everybody else. You just walk in there with your desperate card and say, I'll take the this house, please, because I can buy this much house. And they say, thank you very much, Mr. Roper.
Maybe. That's simple. Wow.
I mean, you know, typically they don't want you to spend more than 30% of your gross income on your mortgage, but, you know, the truth is they do let you spend more, especially if they can't see where you're not losing it. So, you know, you figure 35% of your gross is what they'll let you pay for a mortgage. So that would be from both of you, right?
Yeah. Right. So 35%. Okay.
That would be the max. I mean, you know, the old number was 30, but I think they're a little more agreeable. But you can do both numbers if you want. But, you know, 30-35% from each of you, whatever that is gross, put that number together, and that's your allowable maximum monthly payment. So whatever that will buy you. So you plug that into a 30-year mortgage, and then you know what you can buy.
Then I got taxes, right? 1% of the value of the property.
Well, yeah, there's taxes, but don't let that confuse your calculation. We're not talking about tax liability. We're just saying, what will the bank sell you based upon your ability to pay a monthly payment? Because after all, you know, there's a mortgage there, right? You got to pay every month. So it's not like you get anything for free.
So it's funny you bring that up. She had mentioned, the lady had said, she goes, well, there's no more penalties in paying a house off. She goes, years ago, if you paid it off early, you were penalized. She goes, but that does not exist anymore. So if you got in with VA, no money down, or put a little money down, and whatever, you could always keep the place off. Whenever, you don't have to keep it forever alone. You could just knock it out, simply pay it, and then that's it. You own it.
That's absolutely true, Dana. There's usually almost never a prepayment penalty. Sort of like if you pay off a car, right? You have a 4-year note on your car, and you pay your car off in, 3 years and a month. So they're not going to ding you because you paid it off early. They're just going to send you a brochure for a new car. And so, it's very rare to come across a mortgage that has a prepayment penalty. Not to say there aren't some, because I'm sure if you dig far enough, you can find one at some dinosaur banker somewhere. But generally speaking, if you pay off the mortgage, you pay it off. And you can do that in 2 days if you win the lottery.
Right, exactly. So, I'm really, the way you guys say that there, damn. I mean, I'm sitting on a great benefit, that whole VA Calvet thing, walk in, no money down, blah, 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 because I think it goes when I die or whatever. Now, maybe it transfers to Gumby.
Just keep this one thing in mind, Dana. If because of that great loan that you can get, other than your ego, you really are not taking, if you were to buy something, you're taking about the least amount of chances anybody could ever take.
Yeah, exactly. I was just thinking, I just put that together there when you were talking. Wheels are spinning a little bit, and I was like, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't have unsolicited advice, but I at least, I don't know. I personally think, and I can't give you advice on what to do and how to go about it, but I think that anyways, I think you should get the fuck out of that apartment. That's what I think.
I love it. Yeah, now we're getting down. Now we're getting down to cooking with gas.
Not because of you. Really, seriously, because of you and Gundy both. And right? And not for either of you individually. So it's not for Gundy alone. It's for both of you. I think you're actually afraid. because you're so used to the security of having, and I know it's more money to pay, but you're getting to keep the house. Everything you're paying right now, you don't get to keep anything. So if you can kind of get that through your head, you might just realize, wait, this is a smarter move for you, would be to buy something and move there. Also, you might actually like it. You might find that having a little bit of a yard might make you happy, and it might make your wife happy too.
Garage? You check that cool little place out? That's pretty damn nice. I mean, backyard, got a garage, nice street, little front yard. You know, it's not like it's 50 acres.
No, it's a nice. I'd be perfectly happy living there. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. It'd be a good place. And Roseville is not a bad town. The foothills to the Sierras, lots of trees everywhere. It's a pretty place compared to L.A. See, I just base it upon everything in L.A. What I consider a neighborhood in L.A., that house would be $750.
Hey, Dana, I have a story.
So, anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. Again, sorry for the French to all the listeners. I dropped an F-bomb. I don't do it too often, but I just needed to do it to be expressive. By the way, it's snowing out. We're getting a little snow. Right on. So there's the first snow of the season.
Oh, wow, that's cool. N6VGT. Let it snow, let it snow.
Yeah, well, it's cool because Sarah's got this like little laser thing that spins around and makes all these Christmas colors go land on things, and it's an outside laser, and so you can see the snowflakes falling in between it as the laser beams come to our window.
That's awesome. That's freaking awesome. But I did have a short story for Dana.
Yeah, go ahead.
So years ago, Dana, just before I bought this place, so that you got to roll back, 33 years, I had a coworker who was fresh out of the military. He was a Marine. He did the tour, and he found himself living in the foothills, and he was my coworker. And he was renting an apartment. And I asked him one day, I said, well, why don't you buy a place? And he says, I don't have any money. And I laughed at him.
Okay. And you gave him the VA thing.
Yeah, I said, well, come on, I'll just tell you his name. His name was Tom. And I laughed at him, and I said, hey, man, you're an ex-Marine. You spent time, blah, 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 because he service in Iraq. And he's back, and he has 2 kids and a wife, and he's working, as my co-worker. We were computer operators, so we spun tapes and caught printers. And I didn't have a house. I was looking for a house. I was saving money for a house. And I told him, I said, you don't need any money. All you have to do is, pay maybe a down payment of maybe a couple $1,000s at most, and you can buy a house. You don't need no $10,000 like I do. And he listened to me, and he says, really? And I said, yeah. He bought his house before I bought the one I'm sitting in.
Wow. That's a cool story.
Well, we were both looking for homes at the same time because, I had the cash, but I was really super hyper picky. And he had, I told him, I said, just call up a real estate agent and they'll tell you exactly what you need to do. And it literally cost him all of like $3,500 at the time to walk into a home. Yeah, it cost me a little bit more. I had to put like cash down on a note. He didn't put any cash down on the note. He just had to pay like, service fees on the loan.
Hey, Dana.
That's a good story. Now
Dana,
my wheels are spinning faster.
We need to tell you something important, Dana. Are you listening?
Oh, yeah, I said now my wheels are spinning even faster.
I just want to tell you that it's still snowing. Over. I know how much you like it. I know how much you like it when Cam talked about the weather. And of course, we don't have anything in common with you. Okay. We don't have anything in common with you because you're not a real man. But by the way, I just want you to know it's 33 degrees outside and it's snowing. Over. I love the snow.
That is pretty cool. That's picture because it's like real winter. And I'm way over here, and it's like a little overcast. It's not snow. The temperature's dropped down. We're getting into cooler weather. But it's cool that my radio waves are going all the way over there. You're talking to me, and it's snowing. So it's like real Christmassy holiday. That is pretty awesome, though. Snowing.
Yeah, and my wife set up the Christmas tree and all the Christmas ornaments in November before Thanksgiving. Anyway, that's okay. Here's the way I look at it. If it can make your woman happy, then it can only cause you less stress.
Roger. Yeah, because I was doing this real cheap start to set up for little knickknacks here and there. I go, well, remember, day after Thanksgiving, we put the lights on and everything, and blah, blah, blah. Well, anyhow, so, yep. Funny, both of our wives are doing the same thing.
That's because they're dreaming of a white Christmas.
And I'm dreaming kind of semi-no Christmas. I guess it's okay, I guess. But, I guess it's okay. It's all cool. Yeah, I mean, I like the eggnog about Christmas. I love eggnog. And the other thing I really like about Christmas, normally, when things are normal, is everybody starts to slow down. And they gear into holiday mode.
Let it snow, let it snow. Yeah, I've had to learn to tolerate Christmas because I've been gifted with a bad attitude in life, and I'm trying to improve it. So I'm learning to accept Christmas and to just enjoy whatever, the lights and the colors and the happiness and all the good cheer, and not get all bent out of shape about all my crap that I have, all these reasons why I don't like it, right? I come up with all these reasons, but I don't really need to even give them out here because it's just my own crap. And it has to do with the whole tradition thing and Christianity and religions in general and all that other stuff. But the reality is, it's a tradition that I've been involved in my whole life, and everybody around me is involved in it. So I can either poo-poo it and go bah humbug, or I can just enjoy it. So Sarah said she likes the lights and food, but there you go. So whatever, it's just a time to have some sort of tradition because we need something, I don't know, just to have a little bit of fun in life. Otherwise, it is just another season of winter, summer, basically. So I can dig it. I'll take it, and have a good attitude on Christmas. Over.
I'm the same way. I'm not all about the gifts or any of that stuff or anything. I'm just about the eggnog. I love the eggnog. I love the warm apartment, the lights on. I like getting a nice toasty in here. What I like about winter and Christmas is the food. I love the food and all the little stuff that goes with that. Most importantly, I like the trip. That's stupid. It's small happiness. I live around in the apartment, basketball shorts on, t-shirt, and got the heater cranked up, and it's warm in here. And I'm sitting around, and it's really cold outside where you can see your breath as you go outside.
I don't want my lump of coal.
That was Bruce, right?
I always get one lump of coal in my stuff.
Oh, by the way, for all that care, because I know it's been almost 10 minutes, this is WK6FU and 6VGP. I joined Parks on the Air today. I'm going to start doing Parks on the Air.
Delta Singer Radio. Yeah.
That'll be cool. It'll give me a destination and a reason to play ham radio and even make some contact.
And you're parking your radio on the air.
Yeah, no, it's POTA.
You're parking your ass on the air.
Well, I have been for years, but no, I'm thinking of parking my ass at a park instead and then being on the air.
Well, you're in a park, you're just walking outside and looking out the front door.
No, I know, but you're supposed to go portable. You're supposed to drag your power source and your radio and your antenna and everything outside of your vehicle and outside of your house and go set up a portable system just in the spirit of happy hobby amateur radio. So just in case this earthquake that Dana's praying for, because he really has sort of a secretly negative attitude towards things, and he's always wishing for a complete destruction of California, everything to go completely haywire. And then he says he wants to sit there with his generator running, talking on ham radio, passing important traffic. So, yeah, what better thing that I could do than go practice my POTA skills so I can keep up with Dana?
Yeah, it's like taking the ICOM 718 down to the feed point with the power supply to play, get the magic wire link.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do any of these long wire, in-fed, random wire things. They suck, so I'm going to have to come up with an antenna system.
Well, there is a system, you make it big by so much, and then you make it small by so much, and then you ponder so much.
It's something to do. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It'll be my own little challenge just to go be a radio geek.
Well, one thing I've learned about wire antennas is if perfection is your game, you shouldn't be playing with long pieces of wire.
Oh, no, I can put up a dipole in a heartbeat. Obviously, I know how to put up a dipole. I mean, I can go out mobile with my antenna on my truck and go see. But that's not the spirit of it. The spirit is to go to a park bench somewhere, bring your battery and your radio, and set up an antenna somehow. And I don't like infants. They suck. We all know like so it has to be either a dipole or I'm thinking a delta loop, right? A freestanding delta loop. And so, yeah, something like that. Something that's freestanding that I don't have to tie down the ends of wires to. I actually don't want it to be wires dangling around. I want it to be some other way of deploying that antenna.
Yeah. This is an interesting discussion, Paul, because, if you have one of those fancy-dancy 50-ohm dummy loads, no matter what the weather, no matter what the temperature, no matter what day of the year, it's completely flat because, you're not really coupled with anything. But these wire antennas are huge. They go off in hundreds of feet in every direction. And so, they're coupling with the earth. And the earth is dry and wet and hot and cold and up and down and inside out and backwards and forwards. And so it's not like, a little can. And so they're really different creatures.
Yeah, I know about antennas, and I have dipoles. And I get it, but like for instance, you got lots of wire in the air. Well, I'm not sure what you're talking on right now. I'm not sure because I know you have the vertical. So you have the vertical that you set up with all the radios. So that's the vertical. I mean, there's nothing more or less about it. It's a pretty good antenna. It's working pretty well for you, considering. And I think you said you had like a long wire stretched around somewhere, some sort of loop, or I don't remember. Or maybe that was just you talking about. Maybe you don't actually have a long wire. You were just talking about the quantity of wire. But yeah, it's not like your antenna's working any better or worse really than a dipole. It's probably about equal. You'd have to have them both up in an AB switch. So no, I know about antennas. But the point is, I'm just talking about having a portable antenna that's easy to deploy. And it'll be maybe less than ideal, but I sure don't want it to be an in-bed wire that I just go throw over trees and stuff. I don't want that to be it. I want it to be something that's freestanding, and I don't plan on being on this band, right? So I'll go to like 10, 15, and 20 meters and do this.
Well, you know, the ideal portable is that, you know, pocket 50 ohm kilowatt resistor you got there. Did I tell you the time I was sitting there with the 50 ohm dummy load and I could hear Art bell?
Yeah, you did. And I recognize that you're being a smart ass, Tony. I got your first jab about the dummy load and about how exciting this conversation is. So you know what I'll do? I'm going to stand by and let you start talking to Dana.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't trying to be a smart ass, but I guess maybe it sounds that way. It just seems like a lot of fun because, you know, these wires, you know, they're never the same. They're different every day of the week.
Seeing Dana ditched you. What a good friend. Basically, Dana lives in a crack hotel, and he's afraid to move out because of the prices he gets to pay. That's really showing your wife a good life. I shouldn't be talking like that. Anyway, I'm sorry. I'll be quiet.
Well, usually when I'm chatting with Dana, he's waiting for you to show up there, Paul.
I'm waiting for anybody. Like, I'm glad that you do show up, right? You're a pretty regular show-upper, Mr. BGP. I like that. I'm glad about that.
Yeah, maybe I'm becoming the third wing of this beautiful relationship.
You're just already a part of a bunch of us knuckleheads that hang out here and talk on this frequency.
Indeed. Well, you know, he's just probably getting something to eat.
More than likely, between the two of you, there's a 100% chance that something's being eaten.
Well, you know, you have to pay attention to the stove and the microwave. You just can't, like, run back to the radio while it's operating.
Well, Dana actually knows how to use a microwave. He's talented, Chef Boyardee.
Well, see, they trained him in the military. This is how you heat the food.
They trained him to eat anything and make you think it actually is good.
Insert MRE, press activate button.
Yeah. In fact, I think it was him I had asked, like, what's an MRE? And I forgot what it stands for, but I know it's for edible something. But anyway, it's for eating. It's that lousy food that you can survive on. But I don't remember what it stands for.
Meal ready to eat.
Oh, yeah, that's so stupid simple that it doesn't make sense.
We need Dana to help you folks.
Well, we'll need Dana to get back here and dictate what the discussion's going to be about here on this frequency. I'll just be standing by. WK6FU.
Yeah, me too. M62.
We're going to have another hunk of banana bread. Because why not? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Things are changing. 1, 2. There we go. Yeah, that snow starts to make the SDR feed deceiving. Or at least the output power be deceiving.
Oklahoma mostly, the guy or two from Texas on there.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can make it in the morning. All right, I'll keep that in mind.
5:30, 5:45, maybe 6. Anyway, and then usually about 6:30, 6:40.
Yeah, so I saw lots of texting. Did we get all our conversation out and nobody else is going to show up?
I don't know. I just posted one little picture of my dog hanging out up on the ridge with me when we were patrolling, and everybody, you know, it turns into existential frickin' dog conversation.
I thought it was pretty good. And hello, Don. I heard you in there. Yeah, I think Robert needs a rat terrier.
Hello, radio K6PKT. Yeah, you sound better here now, Jason. When you first asked there, it sounded like you were sick. Had kind of a deep voice. It was real weird sounding. Didn't sound like you at all because it really sounded like you had some kind of, I don't know, like the flu or something.
Well, I've been sick for a while. I got COVID, I think it was, and then had bronchitis. But the deal was is I had the radio, the cutoff set to 1700 instead of 30-some-hundred.
Yeah, well, maybe that's why it only was deep sounding, because the overall frequency of your voice wasn't there. It was only half of it.
Exactly. Yeah, I was tripping out because I was listening on the SDR to see how I sounded. I'm like, man, this radio sounds terrible. What happened? So I started looking at my settings, and I'm like, oh, I was messing around with it, I don't know, a week or so ago. This is that flex I was playing with, so that's why. And I was tuning up my SP220 because I wanted to run the tubes a little bit.
Well, I guess it's doing what you told it to do.
Doing what it's doing now. Yeah, Max likes running up on the ridge, and I had to leash him today because we had a ton of deer, bucks all over the ranch. You want to take off.
Yeah, speaking of him, if you look at the picture closely and go out in front of him a little bit and look in the grass
just the tip of a football or something is poking its nose up just about through the grass, and you can see the three seams or the three weld joints, or you can see three joints at the tip of the football, or it's a football-shaped object. It looks like a football to me, but there's only probably about 10 or 20% of it that shows through the grass. Yeah, no, that's either like a rock or that's one of those. We have these like spore pods that come out after rain. They're like a fungus, and they blow up and look like a balloon or a football. Okay, well that's what it is then. I saw that in there, and it looks perfect, just like the end of a football, and the seams are equally spaced, and it looks like there are three of them from the point, the end point going down. It really looks like a football. Really something. That's funny. Yeah, no, I can look at it now, but yeah, that's like a piece of grass. The blades making it look like the seams, but yeah. No, I'm about 99.999% sure that's not a football up there. That's in the middle of nowhere up on the ranch. Roger.
Yeah, I was looking here. eBay has one of those radios like MIK has, the FTDX 9000. Oh, this one says 200 watt though. I think his is a 400. I wonder why.
I think they made ones that were 200 and they made ones that were 400.
Okay, yeah, this one's in Japan. $3,300. It is a nice looking radio, man. It's got all kinds of buttons and knobs on the front of it, meters and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, it looks like the goddamn space shuttle.
Looks like the cockpit of that plane you showed the other day with all the switches and knobs and everything.
Insane. Yeah, those radios are pretty cool.
What was it? FTDX what? 1,000 or what did you say?
It's a 9,000. Yeah, it's a 9,000. They call it a contest radio. It says contest right on the radio. FTDX 9000 contest.
9,000.
This one happens to be the 200 watt model. I know the one that Mike's got is a 400 watt model. It's a nice looking radio, and it's got lots of features. So yeah, it's cool. I don't think I would go that route myself now, but it is a cool radio.
Yeah, that was their flagship, I think, like 10 years ago.
Okay, and then there's the 9000 MP, and that's 400 watts.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. This one's just the FTDX 9000, and then they made an MP. That makes sense.
Yeah, I guess MP is like mega power or something.
More power.
That's even better, more power.
Yeah, that used to be the flagship, right, back in 2004.
Yeah, I wonder what it sold for originally, because I mean, that's a pretty, built-in power supply. It's a nice looking radio.
The 400 watters, if I remember looking at them back in the day, they were still like $7 or $8 grand when they were new.
Wow, and what year was that they were coming out?
04.
Yeah, that's a lot of money back then.
Dude, that's why there's not a lot of them floating around. And I think the 400 watt models might even been like another 1,500 on top of that. Yeah, that's very few people had that radio. They still sell for, like the 400 watt models still sell for like $4 or $5 grand used.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, this one's 33, and it's in Japan. I could only imagine what the shipping would be.
Yeah, there's tariffs now for electronic goods. I don't know if used matters or not.
Dude, charge all those tariffs, man. Just keep it going, then we'll get some of that back.
It's sprinkling now.
It's freaking raining here. for us anyway. So it says 0.12 inches an hour is the rate as we speak. Almost an eighth of an inch an hour.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I got pretty wet getting here. I didn't like that, especially since I haven't had the heater keeping it at a normal temperature. So it was 50 degrees when I got in the shack.
Oh, the original MSRP was well over $11,000 for the 400-watt model.
Yeah, that's why there's not very many of those out there, for sure.
Yeah, I told you. It's crazy.
I thought I was overdoing it when I bought this 101, but I have to say I have been very happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, my Flex is this one I got, the 6600 or whatever, when they're new, they were like, I don't know, 30-some hundred, $4,000. I think with all the options that I got and everything like that when they were new, but I paid 20-some hundred. I paid less. I paid less than half, but it was new in the box. The guy bought it, never used it.
Yeah, that's cool. I've seen a couple of those online. If I wasn't, I'm waiting. I'd like to get a nice mobile rig. I'm retired and driving around. I want to be able to go mobile. But yeah, I've seen a few of those, and reasonable price. But I don't think I've seen them that low in price.
I'm surprised it's raining. The map showed, the radar didn't show. Oh, it's just a little smidgen of rain. It's going to be done in a little bit here.
Just passing by.
Yeah, it's going to be over with in the next hour. We'll be clear again. My wife, she's going to drive home.
We're supposed to have about a day and a half of decent weather. It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, and I think it's supposed to be pretty good Wednesday most of the day, and then it starts changing again.
Yeah, I don't mind if it rains a little bit and then it stops, and then it rains a little bit and then it stops. Gives time for everything to flush out.
And soak in, right? Gives all that vegetation plenty of water.
All at once.
I double with you, John.
I just said we've been getting more than a little bit of rain all at once. We've been getting these atmospheric river things.
We need a beaver to dam up the river.
Beaver Dam.
Lord, you were a little hard on the beaver last night.
Where's your buddy, Robert? He should be on.
He's looking for a dog.
A Boston Terrier.
Rat terrier. I'm telling you, man, that thing would keep the rats out of his house and keep him warm at night.
Yeah, I guess he's allergic to cats, so he can't have a cat.
I was reading some on those rat terriers. They say if you have one of those things, you will not have rodents.
Oh yeah, they were born and bred to kill rats, man. They go after them.
I think Robert would just want to make it a taco.
Yeah, my German Shepherd, he don't need to go after rats. He'll go after demo rats. Anybody come over the gate, they're going to get puncture wounds in their ass.
That's funny. Hey, do you know what you call 4 chihuahuas in quicksand?
No, what?
Cuatro cinco.
Oh my God, that's so stupid. It's funny.
Sharon told me they had a AI with a dog, like a golden retriever, that was talking, and it did that joke, and I was laughing my ass off. Two of those flex radios on QRZ the other night. Now I'm not seeing them.
You saw two what?
Those flex that you have?
Oh, 66 cars?
Yeah, but I want to say they were closer in the $3,000 range.
Yeah, no, I got mine pretty cheap. I made a cash deal. I jumped on it. Now a lot of people kind of flexes. The market's changing around because the new Aurora's coming out, which got a 500-watt amp built in, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody's all, you know, it's a combined unit, and everybody's freaking out, and they're buying it, so there's a market. It's up and down. But I'm not worried about the Auroras and stuff. We'll see the teething pains and the issues, the software and the hardware, and nothing. And they're not even out yet. They sold thousands of them, but they haven't even delivered any.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how many they're going to be able to sell so they can change their margins as far as buying quantity of parts and make a little more money.
Yeah, maybe. It's like a guy with a Mercury amp. He flipped out and was like, upped everything like 30% when he said, oh, the tariffs and this and that, and then everybody freaked out and said, I'm going to buy crap from you then if you're going to do that. And he's like, oh, I changed my mind, backed up a little bit, you know. But it's business. He's got the right to do that, but you got to be careful with people when you start gouging them. They don't take kindly to it.
Yeah, at some point, I don't care how good a product you have. If you're taking advantage, then at some point you're just going to say, forget it. Yeah, I'm one, I don't need anything that bad. So if you're willing to gouge me, I'm willing to say, no, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I got 3 or 4 solid-state amps. They're great. You know, I'm not a big solid-state fan. Ham radio is the hobby. And it's like nostalgia, you know, like nostalgia racing and stuff like that. I used to run older stuff because that's the fun of it, you know. It doesn't have to, everything doesn't have to be brand new and, you know, MOSFETs. I know you got MOSFET amps that are high-end and stuff like that, but, you know, for me, I like to do stuff most of the time.
In addition to voice check-in, all ATS members...
You know, when I bought this solid-state amplifier, I bought it because of all the information I read on it and what it was capable of and the ease of use, you know. So my daily use, when I'm out here every day, it's just easy to turn on and use it. I really like it, but I don't have more than that, and I do have my couple of tube amps, and I like both. I do like the ease of use of the solid state. The tube amps make me a little nervous tuning up and making them do what they're supposed to. Especially if it's one of those days I decide to have a couple of cocktails. It's really easy to screw one of those up if you get out of control.
I don't know, that's why I got my ALS 500 amp. If I'm lazy days, you know, I just want to come out here and flip it on. If I want to jump bands a bunch, then yeah, that's easy enough. I haven't been using my 1200 watt or 1300 watt ALS. The 1306. I haven't been using that one. I should fire that one up.
Tell me what neighborhood.
No, contest thing when I'm messing around. I don't contest very often, but we don't then you're jumping around here and there. Yeah, it's a lot better to have a solid state.
If you don't hear me acknowledge that you checked in,
staying on
call
this
me again
frequency
before I move.
and on 40 and all that,
I will now
even
take
if I
check-in.
change frequency on the transceiver quite a ways one direction or the other, I don't
I don't have to retune or anything like that. I'm not using open wire line or anything. We have a antenna tuner, but the SWR remains, I don't know, way less than 2 to 1 all the time, going either way, and you just don't have to retune. So it just keeps on going. All you have to do is turn it on and start talking.
Yep, roger that.
Yeah, well, that's, and I agree with that. I mean, that's, in most cases, with the one tube amp, I rarely change it. But occasionally I do. So when you go from band to band, you know, you have to be careful. You can't just switch frequencies like the solid state. It follows you wherever you go. It doesn't care. As long as the radio is tuned to the antenna, then the amplifier works just fine. So, yeah, no, I get what you're saying, John. Most of my stuff is set, but occasionally I get that bug where I like to go 20 meters and do a little DX, or, you know, I use the same amplifier to go between 80 and 40. So there's on the tube, there's a little bit of work involved. The solid state, you can be lazy. You just turn it on and go.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. All I have done with respect to changing bands, I just basically draw a picture of where the knobs are, and you know, put down whatever band it is, and before you even go there, all you have to do is switch the band switch and switch the plate and loading knob to whatever the picture shows, and away you go. And these newer radios, they have built-in antenna tuners anyway, so when you push the button for that next band, it has remembered what the positions are electrically for whatever is inside, you know. It tunes itself. Well, it doesn't even have to tune itself, because like this 9100, I think, remembers the last 3 settings and the last 3 frequencies you were on. And the 746 Pro 3, it remembers that also. So you really don't have to do anything except turn the darn things on. It's really amazing.
Nothing but details to run yet?
I think there's somebody out there trying to get in.
I think it's probably Marty, but I can't copy it really.
I don't hear him up here.
I hit Weldon. Was that you, Weldon, you just talked?
November 7, India Tango X-ray, David.
For some reason I couldn't get you. I can hear you.
No, if I had been Monty, I would have heard him. No, it wasn't Monty. It was either you, Weldon, low power, and maybe you just turned it on, or it was somebody else that was way off in the distance. It was not Monty. W6TNT.
6PJ2.
KJ6IOD.
KJ6VRC.
W6MIK.
There's old Mick.
Well, I got the antenna coming. I didn't get the radio yet. I'll wait till next week's check. I still want to know which antenna it is. You're going to make me go in the house, because I ordered it on the other computer. Dang, you don't have it memorized? Hell no, I don't have that to memorize. Do you know your name? W6MIK here. Okay, just checking. Yeah, usually that kind of stuff, I mean, when it's a new toy, I know what it is. Dang it. I'm curious to know what it is. So I could look it up and see how well it's going to work for you.
It's a dual band antenna, right?
Is it a copper J pole? No, it's a regular base station.
Is it a diamond, or who makes it?
It's a Rabbi antenna. It's a cheap one. Rabbi. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever seen those. Usually Larson or something like that's on the cheaper end, but a Rabbi, is it dual band?
A rabbi has a meaning Jewish.
DHS, VHS, and GMRS.
That's funny, Jason. I took it as that was the brand.
Yeah, that means he's going to be seven nights of toys and gifts because he's Jewish.
There's that ankle biter.
Good evening, Grant.
Yeah, get that little rat terrier. Tell Roberto to get a rat terrier. They're great little dogs.
Then he wouldn't be able to use his traps anymore.
Yeah, you might catch his dog. No, well, that's true, but that rat terrier is probably killing them all. But I understand that one of our group has some well-bred mousers, cats that are good barnyard cats that I'm looking to get a couple of and take care of the mice around my place.
Yeah, interesting. I wonder if he's got any little teeth. Yeah, the rat terrier is perfect for Robert because he's allergic to cats, so you could have that dog, it'd be just fine. You might have to put, feed it a little extra to get it closer to 100 pounds for him, though.
A lot of these animal shelters advertising, I see them on TV all the time, and they have a lot of kittens and cats and dogs and everything that they're trying to find homes for, or even just have someone that fosters them and doesn't really own them outright. And they say in that case, all you do is take care of them and give them a place to call home, but they pay all the bills and everything, which is quite a deal. I think the San Francisco SPCA that was doing that, I saw that on TV I think this morning. So, you can probably get something like a couple cats or something, and that'd be kind of neat. Foster them and let them clean the place up, and then after you've had them a few months, turn them back in.
Yeah, that's an idea, all right. The problem is, you have a little animal for any length of time, and you fall in love with them, and then you're stuck with them.
Yeah, for sure. And then they're also advertising something on TV that people who are allergic to cats, you spray the stuff around. Some doctor created it. You spray it around, and it does away with that sensitivity to cat fur and to cats. So there's actually something out there. I can't remember the name of it now, but there's some doctor on there. He's an Asian fellow. His derivation, but he created this stuff, and you can, I guess, send away for it. I don't think it's in the store yet, but you just spray it around, and it does away with whatever causes sensitivity or allergies to cats.
For more member stations, suffixes starting off Sierra, and call sign was N7O.
Everybody needs a little kitty around.
My cat heard you talking, and he walked over and he's hissing at the radio.
Kitty.
Here it is. It's called PACAGEN. PACAGEN packaging.
I will take member station, suffixes starting.
Goodness, my wife's allergic to cats.
As long as she's not allergic to you, Mike.
Well, could be. Wouldn't bother me.
What good news is coming over the airwaves today?
It's raining in Lone Pine, and I'm getting closer to retirement. Aha. Well, it's raining in Aptos. That's good, too. 1/4 inch here, I'm already in retirement. Dang, I'm not far behind you, Robert. It's done too soon, I'll tell you. How long have you been retired, Roman? Oh, got to count the years. It's been 15 years. Okay, 15 years. I've been retired from United for 26 years. Darn it. You're just getting broke in. Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. Good for you, Grant. Not a lot of people take advantage of their retirement, so good for you.
Around 20 for me.
All you guys, that's awesome.
I'll be right back. KJ6 Fear, I gotta go stoke the fire.
Okay. Let your kitty get cold. I remember walking off that big DC-10 I just flew in from Osaka, Japan, and realizing that was it. And I got a little lightheaded. I was feeling kind of sorry for myself, but 4 or 5 days went on, and I didn't have to get up in the morning late at night and go somewhere. I became used to it real quick.
7, 8, Ryan.
And Grant, if you're flying someplace and the pilot or someone gets sick, you could just jump in there. There's not a lot of people that could do that. You'd be familiar enough to be able to take off, take over and bring it down.
Well, yeah, but there's probably 20 other airline pilots that are on the airplane, too, that are traveling somewhere for vacation or for fun or whatever.
But you can all fight for it then. That'll be good.
The pilot died. 20 people were duking it out in the back trying to see who was going to take over. No way, right there in front of all the passengers? You would just have to sit there and take a coin, and each one of you flip a coin until you got a winner.
Move ahead. Are there any more
wouldn't that be funny?
Dropping 1,000 feet a minute, and then they're flipping coins trying to give you all these.
There might be a quicker way, but that would be the most fair way.
Here is Kilo 7, Tango Zulu, J, Northwest Sector.
Well, I can't imagine a better job. I really enjoyed my job.
This is
with the airline. And what I enjoyed as much as flying with the people you work with. They were all a great group of people. The flight attendants, we had some well-trained flight attendants, and the mechanics, the other pilots you flew with. They were all top-notch people, as far as I'm concerned. I can't remember one of them that I didn't like. And
I have N7.
they had their different idiosyncrasies, but that's what made it interesting. And every one of them had a different hobby when they got home. I remember the one guy, he raised these fighting roosters. He lived in Oklahoma because it was legal to raise fighting roosters in Oklahoma. But he sold his roosters all over the Western Hemisphere. He had some real good line of fighting rooster blood, and he would send an egg out, and he'd get something like $10,000 an egg, for a well-bred rooster egg. And anyway, I couldn't believe the stories that this guy told me about how well he did selling fighting rooster eggs. Anyway, just one of the guys. The other guy had a crash company. The other guy had a radio station. Another guy ran another computer company, and they all had interesting sideline businesses on the side. How do you get a rooster to lay an egg? Yeah, I was going to ask. I had 2 questions. I want to know, how do you tell it's a rooster egg? And then the other was I forgot. I don't know. That's a good point. How do you check the DNA? I don't know. Do you stick a needle in there and do the DNA on it to find out if it's a male or female? No, but he was getting for an egg, a fighting rooster egg, up to $10,000. I find that hard to believe. The day I paid for $10,000 for an egg to get a particular line of roosters, I don't think I'd do that.
My call sign
His name
is
wasn't
M7
Gallo, was it actually
I'm
Gallo?
located in the Central West
You
Sector.
could probably just stick a swab in its beak and try to tap the tongue and see if you could get some kind of DNA sample that way.
I could probably just go to the market and buy a dozen eggs and make a bunch of money. Just tell everybody they're fighting roosters. Heck yeah, paint some of them green or purple or something. Yeah, that would be great. The other question I had, Grant, was, did you ever, over all your years of working, run across some pilots that were maybe drinking too much or drugs or something that concerned you? I never flew with anybody who used drugs, but I flew with a couple of guys one night. We all went out to dinner. I was the flight engineer, and these two guys drank like you wouldn't believe, but they could hold their liquor. And we were laid over in Chicago, and they were both well intoxicated and could hardly walk straight. But they were able to straighten right up and walk through the lobby, head held high, didn't wobble. They went straight as an arrow right to the elevator and up to the second floor, up to the floor where they wanted to go. I was impressed, but the next day they appeared fine. So I don't know. That didn't happen very often. Most of the guys played it real straight that way, and I'm glad they did. But I never flew with anybody who I thought was incapacitated to the point that they couldn't fly.
They were walking down the street at night, and it was dark. You could have seen a blue flame.
Don't mind a match.
Right.
Kilo Julian 7 Golf Kilo
I want to raise roosters now.
Medical Services, Joel.
Little Gallo, Colorado, or Gallo, Colorado.
Did you get lost, Mike?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I thought you would have that antenna information by now.
No, I never left my chair.
You guys all have real good signals tonight. Do we have good conditions? Have you noticed that, guys?
Quebec Charles with Medical
You're 30 over. What can you do better than that? You're the same. That's 12, right? How much power are you running right now? Because you're only 20, but you're usually much stronger than that. About 560. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're running about the same power I am. In fact, no, I'm peaking about 700 right now. But you're doing about 20 over right now. Real good signal, though. Nice and clear. Real good audio.
Both of you are 20 over here.
I'm about 800 for me.
Everybody's between that 10 and 25 over, just varying between each of you. But awesome, clear signals tonight. W16T. You're 30 over there, Dave. I'm over 30.
Dave has elevation down at his place. You're what, 4,000 feet?
About 45, 4,600, right in that range, and raining. I have the rain. I'm bouncing off the clouds.
Not only that, you may be bouncing off the clouds, but I think you also have good ground reflection.
Radiated signal toward us. Yeah, a bit of a double there. But I think what happens is the signal bounces off of a certain spot on that granite mountain, and then it lands right where you guys are.
And then the weather also, I think, when it's wet from rain, I think you get good ground conductivity, and that helps with a type of reflection or bounce as well.
Yeah, the ground waves. Well, it's certainly wet. I got to get out and dig a post to put my Starlink antenna on. I want to get a post about 8 feet high and put the bracket on the top of it to put the antenna on. I'm going to put about an 8 by 8 inch post in good ground with gravel underneath, concreted in, and that's going to be the post that holds my Starlink antenna. And I got everything ready to go, but I've been waiting for the rain. I think another couple of rains I'll be able to dig that post hole really easily. I want to go down about 3 or 4 feet with it, so it's nice and strong and not going to fall over.
Nice, sounds like a good plan. And certainly after all these rains and the ground is good and wet, that will be easier digging.
That's for sure. Yeah, I got the post hole digger up there, and I got the spots marked real well. I measured everything. I don't want it to interfere with my Yagi antenna, my TH11 DX beam when I get it up. When I lower that, I don't want it to hit the pole with the Starlink antennas on. So everything's all figured out. I know exactly where I'm going to put it, but I'm going to wait for the next rain that comes. Some more coming this week, and then I think I'll dig that one day and put the post in concrete, and then it'll be done.
Well, all we can say, Fran, is can you dig it?
I can dig it. Yeah. I got a post hole digger.
Do you have a Volkswagen van and a surfboard?
No, I never had it. I never really had a surfboard. My friend's father, he lived on the beach. He had a big aluminum surfboard. It was probably, I'll bet it was a good 8 feet long, maybe 9 feet. But it was made out of aluminum. It looked like it was riveted together, and that was a great surfboard. But we'd use boogie boards, fiberglass boards about 3 or 4 feet long, and we'd lay on it. We'd go out and catch waves and just boogie board them, and we would surf a lot easier. And we had a lot of fun just using boogie boards. And some of the waves that get so high in the wintertime, the concrete boat down there at Seacliff, the waves would be, before they break close to the beach, they go right along the top of that cement boat. The top of the wave was higher than the front of that boat. It would crash over the front of the boat at that ship, and then it would break. And we'd go out and surf those big waves. And I'll tell you, some of those were high enough that when you were at the top of one and you were ready to go down, actually the height of it was scary. You thought, I hope I have a little bit of drag and slow this thing down, or I'm going to slip ahead of it and get dumped by the wave. But it could get kind of hairy and kind of fun at the same time. But we surfed some pretty good waves. I think some as high as 25 feet, at least 25 feet high, and it's kind of scary at the top of a 25-foot wave.
I think that aluminum board there, the saltwater would be really bad for it. You'd have to, each time you took it back home or whatever, you'd have to thoroughly wash it down unless they had some kind of coating on it that just about made the whole thing impervious to the salt water.
Well, I guess he did. He probably washed it off, get the sand off. You just rinse it off with a hose and put it away. But it was an aluminum board. Now, it was obviously made by somebody who was experienced in. It probably had a foam core, and the aluminum was formed to fit over that foam core. It was well made, as I remember. It was really well made. And I don't know if it was just one of a special surfboard or not. That's the only aluminum surfboard I've ever seen. But it was the old kind, the big one, big long one. But it worked real well.
Yeah, either that or what they did is they built the thing and then they just pumped foam into it afterwards and then trimmed it off and had a couple little injection ports in there and they could, fill it up that way and trim it off and what have you.
Yeah, that's probably how, they probably used just a foam. You're right. But it had a core in it.
Sure.
Well, how about those kittens over, Jason, do you have any little baby kittens ready to go?
Actually, yeah, I got a couple cats that are ready to be little mousers. They're probably I don't know, 4 months old, 3 months old.
Yeah, what do you need for a house for those?
Just
Good evening. It's 7:30.
you know, it would be nice to have them in, you know, like in a barn or in a, in a shed or a shop, so they can go indoor and outdoor, stuff like that. That's what I would do, and have them in a little wire cage for a while so they get used to where they're at, like a good size, if you had like a kennel for the dogs, they could spend the night in there or something like that. You kennel them up and then feed them and just get them used to hanging out, and then they'll be indoor outdoor in the barn kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't have a barn. I have my metal building up there on the hill. But I could make a little barn. They don't need a big barn, right? Something like 6 by 8 with a roof on it.
No, I mean they could be in the shed. They could be in the garage. They could be anywhere. I'm just saying, just so when they get they got a place to sleep at night, and then they get used to being around the ranch, and then they're until they're a little bit bigger, and then they're just indoor outdoor running their own show.
Okay, I'll figure something out. Maybe I have a little entry door into the garage and have a little home for them in the garage.
Just these little pet doors, that's all you need, Grant. The flap they walk through and the flap closes, that's all you need.
Yeah, I think I'll get one of these little homes that they have for that little doghouse. They make some nice little dog houses with doors like that for cats. You can have a window. I want the cat to have a window. I thought of making putting a nice post up that's about 10 feet high off the ground, and putting a house at the top of that, a little cat house at the top, and have it have the glass windows in it so they can look out. I think cats enjoy looking outside all the time, and then they have a little ladder that came off the front of that little house, and they could climb down the pole. Maybe that's more complicated than it needs to be.
I don't know if cats really want to walk up a plank to their house. I've never seen that. I think they primarily want to be probably in with you.
Well, I'm kind of allergic to cats too. Yeah, I don't know if I could live with 2 or 3 cats that have it in the house. I just don't think I could. I think I'd be sneezing and wheezing all the time.
No, garage and
Be able to
kind of a bigger place to
shed.
if it's on the ground like I don't know if you have anything like those what do they call those garages, that and those little portable houses that you put up. I can't think of the name of them right now, but and you use them for whatever driving tools and stuff like that. They're a little bigger, they can actually get in there and move around and do something.
Yeah, I think I built one out of plywood and stick it on the front porch. So they'd be on the front porch, but I wanted to have a view out the house, their own little house. I'm going to have a couple of floors in it, bottom floor and a top floor, and they can zip up on the top floor and look out. They have a view outside. They can see what's out there waiting for them when they come out. And a little swing door. I'll have to figure out how to do this. But I wanted to have a good view. They enjoy looking out. I know any cat that I've ever seen likes looking out the window of the house and observe the animals and birds and everything that are outside. They need a view.
Roger.
Also,
Mamdani doing in New York? Is he handling things all right? Have you heard anything about it?
I'm mispronouncing his name. His name is really Moron Mamdani.
I'm glad I haven't heard anything. There's more than enough when they were talking about the guy. New York has to deal with it now.
Moron Mamdani. Just be careful because it's spreading.
I can't handle it.
We got somebody close to equal to him in Washington. It's spreading, and the younger generation is looking for it.
What are they looking for?
The moron men dummies in the world that are going to give them everything for free.
Oh, yeah. Well, they haven't been brought up by good parents, if that's the way they think.
Haven't been paying taxes, don't own anything, never have. And probably a lot of their parents don't have much either so far. They haven't learned or had to do anything. So once they have to start paying for this free stuff, they might be able to figure it out.
It'll be too late.
But tell them that they just can't believe it. They hear free stuff. You just have to figure out why it's free. Someone else is paying for it.
Well, that and the teachers tell them that it's a good thing.
Well, a lot of the school teachers that I've met aren't the smartest people in the world. They're not the most gifted. Like many of them become teachers because they couldn't do anything else. So don't look to the teachers to supply all the wisdom to our children.
It's too late. We've already put them there, and it's showing now.
DBV?
Hey, it's Bruce.
Yeah. And he's in Bakersfield.
And it's been raining there pretty much all day.
All day. You must have people dancing in the streets down there.
They're in the street, but it's mostly behind the vehicles. You know, I went to the grocery store today, and it was like going to the gym.
And a relay for Rachel.
What?
Really a picture.
Too many damn people.
Oh, yeah.
All right, it's great to hear you. I'll get Rachel.
And they're all crazy. Well, not all of them, but the majority of them crazy.
Drug induced, you think?
I think it's, what is it, TDS.
Isn't that the truth?
TDS or THC?
TDS.
Syndrome. And inside Walmart, you know, there's an atmosphere, you know, and mostly from the females that ought to be wearing a sign on their back saying, I am illegal. And it's kind of, I don't know, it's an atmosphere. I can't really describe it. I won't call it fear, but it's like anxiety or something. And they, you know, they push their cars like they're the only ones in the store. It's crazy.
You know, Walmart, probably heard, but the CEO, the guy that's been running the place for I don't know how long, a long time, he's bailing out. He's retiring or something, so I wonder now who they're going to get to replace him, because he's been pretty successful up to this point.
Yeah, they asked me to do it. I told them I didn't have time.
Time or the money, right?
I want to go riding on my new track, but it's too wet.
Well, it'll dry up for a day or two. Then you can take it out for I don't know, 50 or 100 miles.
You can put your flickers on, and then you just got to wax up your goggles so you can see.
Hey, Bruce, I'll write mine down there. We'll go for a ride.
Yeah, okay. I got two new helmets and got the I guess that Bluetooth, you know, where we talk to each other real good. We got them all tested out. We were wearing them in the house, you know,
getting the volume seeing how good they were. Looked like a couple of astronauts or asked something or not.
That just means she doesn't have to smack you anymore to tell you to slow down or turn.
Ain't that the truth? And, you know, mine likes to tell me to turn, you know, about 15 feet before the turn. You know, what I'm doing is 50. I'm in the 4 lanes to the opposite.
Right turn, Clyde.
So she don't hit me like Heath would. Or no, was it Clyde? I can't remember. One of them hit somebody.
Oh, that's funny.
It was that orangutan. He'd say right turn. Yeah, it's like.
I don't know if it was Larry, Curly, or Mo.
Have a great night there, Nickel. K7.
Hey, all you guys weren't out here. What do you call 4 chihuahuas in quicksand?
Quattro Cinco.
Oh, you heard it.
That's funny. Yeah, but you got to watch out, Dave, because you might kind of sound like you're saying the other one if you. Someone may hear something different. You know what I'm saying?
Other than Quattro Cinco?
Yeah, didn't you read it?
Oh, yeah. That was a while ago, John. I already forgot.
Yeah. So you gotta watch out. You know, someone might think something else.
All right, let's go to Rob. K7.
Hey, Bruce.
Hey.
We're gonna have a little family get together when the Hard Rock Cafe opens up down there. We're all gonna go to lunch.
Rob, nice to hear you.
Yeah, when was that?
It's supposed to be within the next, I think it was next month or two.
Good evening,
Just outside of
and if I
Bakersfield.
could make just a couple of comments, I just wanted to let you know that
Hard
I'm
Rock Cafe.
ready to get back in the saddle as webmaster, and also if Fonz could send me a note to K7RCH at dsrg.org.
Okay,
I
I'm gonna
will
look it up.
put something up on the website about you, about the
Tacos,
marathon.
They eat a lot of tacos down here, you know. I don't know what they do if they couldn't get a taco. I guess they'd starve to death.
Yeah, well,
I want to go back to Franz momentarily.
the Taco Truck capital of the world.
Get a written comment there.
They have some good barbecue over there in Bakersfield.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll make sure you get
Guys, my wife's out of the shower. I'm next. You guys have a good one. We'll catch you on, let's see, it'll be Wednesday night. Catch you Wednesday night. W6MIK.
Catch you later, Mike.
Howdy, Rob. Hey, thank you so much.
PKT.
Appreciate that. K7RCH with
73, Mike.
KX30.
We'll see y'all later.
How about North K7?
The menu for the San Francisco place lists things $20 to $30. And they got stuff like hamburgers, they got full rack of baby back ribs, they got they've got all kinds of stuff, nachos, cheeseburgers, strip steaks, steak salads.
Thank you, Jerry. Have a good night.
Just put in there Hard Rock Cafe and then look down in the choices, and one of them here said menu, so I just looked it up.
7NOR. KF7SCA. well. KT7 well. Have a great night there. KT7SW.
Still pouring down rain out there.
All right, thank you very much.
We got one of those places in Palo Alto.
Hi, Jack.
If they don't have one in Lone Pine, then it's not going to do me any good.
Yeah, and there's one in San Jose.
Good evening to you. KT7.
I don't know if there's one closer to Grant.
You're still talking about Hard Rock Cafe?
AI7.
Right, I'm looking up where they are.
I'm looking up the menu right now.
Thank you, Phil. AI7 again. Thank you, and thank you, and thank you. I've got very good myself today. KI7RD present. All right. And I think we had Jared KM02 for some reason. Jared, what's going on?
I didn't see a mother the call here. That's sorry about that.
All right, well, you didn't check in earlier, so I thought you might come here and search around, but I've got you checked in now, so how about that? All right, go. All right, thank you so much. Have a good night, Jared. All right, KI7.
Well, it says pretty good. It says specialty entries, cowboy ribeye, New York strip steak, the famous fajitas, and let's see, twisted mac, chicken and cheese, grilled salmon, chippy roll. Sounds like some good stuff.
I've got Rebecca now.
There you go.
All right, thank you so much. KI7 DXP. KI7 DXP.
We've got a few of them in San Jose, so you'd have to come over the hill to find one, Grant. And there's one in Palo Alto, I see. In San Francisco, they're up there. But I think if you're ever around San Jose, you can go to one there.
Okay. I got a good friend who lives in San Jose, and he keeps saying, come on up, we'll go to lunch. Maybe I'll go to Hard Rock Cafe.
All right, thank you, Keith. KJ7DNF.
KJ7DNF.
Thanks, Jack. Back here, you call. KJ7DNF. From KJ7RJL. Thank you so much. I've got the relay KJ7R. All right. Oh, wait. No, that's it. I've got it. Break a little bit later. All right, let's go on to Brad. Thank you, John. KJ7EN. Hi, Brad. Thank you. KJ7. Oh, Charles. KJ7HI. KJ7.
know what the 30-30 rule is for restaurant?
Haven't heard that.
That's like 2/3. 30% for the, let's see here what they say. For food costs, 30% for labor costs, 30% for overhead, and 10% for profit.
Good tonight, Jack.
Interesting.
And Hard Rock uses that rule.
The prices have gone up so much lately that they're probably going to have a hard time sticking to that, because I don't think as many people are going out anymore. Most people are staying home. People that used to go out a lot may go out once, rarely. I heard something about that the other evening, and people just aren't eating out that much anymore because it's so expensive.
Now you can stay home and eat for a third the price.
Right.
And you don't have to pay a tip at home.
You know, it has no extras in it.
And you can just get tippy at home.
And many times you don't have to even wash the dishes.
Right.
All right, yeah, almost double lead. I got you now there, man. Right, having a great night. How about you? AK7AI.
I wonder with solar charging batteries and so forth, if I could heat the house on solar when I get up here on a regular basis, do you think I could heat this house with just solar?
Depends on how much energy you have that you can put towards heating. You'll have to find out what the current draw is and see if you've got enough kilowatt hours to run heat.
I think electrically it would be hard to be efficient enough. You'd have to build a really large system. But water storage, heating water and hot water heating, in water storage, you may be able to.
Oh, you mean have maybe water circulating in the house?
Yeah, a small pump, radiator, and then the water storage to store the hot water. You might be able to. It's kind of like the idea behind a boiler, right? It's maybe a little more efficient. But I think electrically wise, I think you'd have a tough time doing that.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to be getting out of here. It's that time for me to vacate. So 7-3, guys, and we'll catch you next time. Everyone have a good evening. Stay out of the rain. Don't get wet out there. And we'll catch you all next time. So have a good evening, what remains of it. And take care out there. K6PKT going that away.
And don't forget drive carefully.
Well, I'm not driving. I drove earlier when it was dry just to get a few things to make sure I had the groceries I needed. But I didn't go out the rain. I don't want my car to get dirty.
Oh, come on. It's white.
Yeah, but just the same.
And it's still white because it wasn't driving around in the rain.
Right. That's right. That's right.
7-3, John. Have a good night. W6TNT.
See y'all. K6PKT now clear.
73, John. Have a good one. Well, I'll bet the temperature's going to dip up there in Road River today. I bet it gets below freezing tonight, Weldon.
I wouldn't bet on it too much. It's been staying between
45 and 55 all day and night.
Really?
Yep. Boy, I wouldn't have expected that.
We got a quarter of an inch of rain today, but pretty low. I guess when I got up this morning, it was 47. Yeah, so it's staying pretty moderate.
And 7
Now, you have a heat pump for heating your house, right?
Yes, sir.
How does that work? Pretty good?
and
Pretty
7
good.
OE.
And where does it get its heat from? The land, the earth?
Out of the air, it takes 30, 20 degree air and converts it into heat.
And 7.
How does it convert it into heat?
So it compresses it, gets rid of the excess heat into the house.
Right back at you, Chad. Have a good night.
It's just like an air conditioner, except instead of facing the evaporator into the house, they face the condenser into the house.
What do you figure it costs to heat your house in the wintertime?
Well, it's probably one-fourth of electric heaters. When I answer it in dollars and cents, that's hard to do because the winters are so varied.
Yeah, you think a heat pump would work down here in California?
Oh my, yes, yeah. It's now cheaper than natural gas. I was a naysayer on that until I actually saw the numbers and decided to put one on here in the house here.
Well, I have propane here. Oh, propane's very expensive. I mean, it's prohibitively expensive. But I've been thinking of getting a heat pump, and I'll bet. I mean, I'd probably it'd be a lot less than using propane to heat your house, I'm sure.
Oh yes, less than half as much.
Well, that's something to think about. What do those pumps cost? What does the pump itself cost? Do you know?
Well, how big is the house?
Hi, Don.
3,000 square feet.
Well, I'd give you a smart-ass answer, but I'm not going to do that. You just shop for one and you'll find the range. It's a range just like any other heater that, for your house. If you go shopping for a gas, an LP heater, you can spend $1,000 and you can spend $5,000.
Okay. So, when you go to a heat contractor for estimating the cost of putting one in?
Run that by me again.
7278.
Say that again, Greg.
You go to a heat and air conditioning contractor to figure that out?
Yeah. They'll do that. They'll come out and figure out what the needs are for the house. And if you're into air conditioning, you'll really be pleased because the modern heat pumps and air conditioners are more than twice as efficient as anything 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, I'm going to look into that. Because this house is a cold house. It's got a wraparound porch so it doesn't get the sun through the windows like most houses would get. All the bottom windows don't get any sun, and half the windows face to the north side. So it stays cold. If I don't get that wood stove going at night, it's cold in here. So I'm looking forward to heating it up a little better than I'm doing right now.
Well, as compared to other solutions, heat pump is a good way to go.
Okay, I'm going to check that out. And how about what's the maintenance involved on those heat pumps? Do you have them break down very often?
Well, I'm basically lazy. Actually, I just don't have the equipment to check it, but I have them come out each year, scheduled in the spring, and one time a year do a preventative maintenance, and they clean and check and make sure everything sounds good and looks good.
Okay, all right.
Have a good night there, Megan. 89.
Well, where are the sensors? They have a sensor in the ground, right? They're pumping some air out of they're pumping air through the ground pipe, and then they compressing it. They have a compressor, like you say, and then they expand it and heat it up and put it in the house. How they do it?
Yeah, the way you start it out, I would take
take issue with that. There's nothing extracted from the ground. They use all ambient air outside, and when it goes down to 20 degrees, it needs a little help in strip heaters, but that's only on for about 2 or 3 minutes every hour or so to melt any condensation that's frozen on the condenser coils. But other than that, it has everything it needs to sense outside air and what it's doing with it out there in the, I continue to call it a condensing unit, except at that time, when you're using it as a heat pump, that becomes the evaporator. But anyhow, it's all automatic. I chose to go a little bit more elaborate. It's such a big house, and there's only one of me, so I can throttle rooms down when they're not needed. So I got a zoned unit, and that means that the unit just floats along when I have only a couple of zones in force.
That sounds like a neat unit. I'm going to check into that. So each room is another zone, the living room's a zone, and so forth and so forth?
That's right. I've got 6 zones, and one of those zones is my garage, because if I want to work out there in the winter or the summer, it's just 5 minutes, and it's the temperature I want it to be.
What's the square footage of your whole house? 4,000?
1,000? 4,000.
4,000, oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good-sized house. Well, I'm going to look into that. I'm tired of freezing my butt off, and I'm getting tired of lugging wood in every night. And even though I got unlimited supply of wood, I will never run out of wood. It's cutting it up, putting it, and storing it, and getting it to dry for a whole 2 or 3 years to get it nice and dry. It's a pain in the butt. So, but if I were younger, I'd put up with it. But I'm getting older now. I'm just so tired of walking out the woodshed at night and lugging in 50 pounds of wood. But I still do it to stay warm. It keeps me alive and well and exercise. So, I think I'm going to head on downstairs and watch the news, and then I'm going to get back up here, and I'm going to finish reading this book that I'm reading, The Chip War. So I'm almost finished with it. It's a real good book about the chip production in different areas around the world and how important it is to self-defense, military defenses, and so forth around the world. Chips are very important, and we got to be able to make chips and make them as well as they do in Taiwan, and for our security, for our military security. It's a real good book. Chip War. If you want to get something interesting, read it. The Chip War. Well, I'm going to head on down and watch TV for a little bit, and then I'm going to go to bed. So this is K6BDT signing off, and I'll talk to you later, Weldon.
Okay, Grant, you have a good one, and I didn't notice that everybody else got off. I know John went. I didn't hear Jason go, but Mike went, and I didn't hear Dave go, so I guess I'm either by my lonely or somebody else that hasn't said much lately.
I'm still here, and I'm getting ready to go here real soon. But Grant, you have a good evening. And when it comes to chips, I prefer Lay's potato chips. Anyhow, 7-3, have a good night. W6BNT. You take care. And when I said drive carefully, tomorrow when you guys are out driving around, drive carefully. K6BDT Cliff.
Okay, 73, KJ6,
I think I heard you both bail, so I'm going to bail too. 73, everybody. KJ6, already Cliff.
7-3, Weldon. Have a good night. Jason, are you out of here as well? I'm thinking I'm going to bail.
Okay, you got it. Yeah, I would have done that.
I think he bailed when you were saying something.
Oh, okay. Well, 7-3, all. Everybody have a good night. Catch you guys tomorrow. W16 going that way.
Stay dry.
Hey, good evening, all late members and visitors aboard the Monday ESRG information is checking that command call. Sign a name, last call. All right, let's call it there. This repeater opens the call. Light operators, regardless of membership in ESRG. Like to enjoy
Think about it, seriously, Dana. You know how you laugh because I said I exiled myself to certain frequencies on the radio because I know how, people follow me on the radio for the people, other people, right? You've exiled yourself to that apartment complex because you think that the cost is worth it. But the reality is you basically just sentenced yourself there.
Well, with all that being said, the kid just, I had to tighten him up. So, I think he's on his way out. He's going to have a hard time in the world. The church is paying his rent or something, giving him help. He's going to have a hard time in life, no job. Go out the door, evicted, in the holidays, be living in a car in a van. Not going to be good.
Well, I don't care about your feelings because I think that you deserve to be punished for living there. But I totally care about Gundy's feelings, so I sure hope that he gets his ass kicked out of there soon. Well, she came to America, and this is what you're giving her as an apartment with tweakers.
I know, but it's a necessary thing until we get through the holidays, at least until January, and then my lease turns up.
Actually, this time of year is a great time to take advantage of people just kind of desperate, and then you get things for a good deal.
I didn't even think about it like that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I have a cutthroat side of me as well, I mean, I'm from the city.
Well, no, that's that Armenian. He had that exposure experience, Armenian exposure experience.
Anyway, if you two are happy the way you live, I'm happy, but I don't think she's totally happy. And there's nothing to be happy about having any kind of smoke coming up into your living space because you're surrounded by 50 other people, 50 other families living around you in that proximity. So, yeah, I already know. Remember, I'm not talking out of my ass. I've lived in apartment complexes. I know about it. As far as I'm concerned, basically, you've exiled yourself to projects. That's essentially projects. That's why it only costs you $1,000 a month because you've kissed out to the manager. But basically, you live in Orangeville's projects, which are somewhat nice, but it's still the project.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It's kind of white trash ghetto. Really, when you bring it up like that, we do have a couple trailer parks around here.
Well, where I am, it's just funky. It's just, the only difference is, hold on, I'm eating some of Harold's banana bread. We're having some things, Harold. Anyway, the fact of the matter is we have a trailer park next to us, too. And it does bring down things a little, but oh well.
Well, so where I'm at here, I got a trailer park over there. They got the AM, PM, and then the 7-Eleven, the storage yard building, and then, the Taco Bell is right there. So, damn, I mean, those types of businesses bring in the scourge.
Yep, and you love it. You like to walk around at night and look for trouble.
Sometimes I do. Well, I haven't walked around at night in a while. Yeah, we're walking during the day now. We're walking during the sun of the day, which is kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you're still a night owl.
I will be tonight. I can feel it. I'm just warming up.
I just ate a slice of banana bread, so I know I'm warming down.
Hey, Dan,
You're going to be in bed.
He's going to be...
I heard Sarah in the background say she'd eat the whole loaf.
You know what?
Hey, Dana, can you hear me?
I hear you. Somebody's calling you, Dana.
It's Rich.
Go ahead.
NBC.
It's Rich, NBC. Go ahead, Rich.
Read the mail, and I kind of sort of don't like how everybody wants you to live. If you're happy and your wife loves you and you enjoy where you're at and you're making it, do you need to be like anybody else? Do you want to aspire to be like anybody else that wants you to be different?
Full of crap.
Fuck that. KA6NBC.
We don't want him to be like us. Well, we want him to be better than us.
Well, that would be really easy to do.
Who are you, by the way? I'm Paul, Willie Killy 6 Foxtrot United. And we like giving Dana as much shit as possible.
How you say kilowatt is killy? Whatever.
Whatever. We like giving Dana as much as crap as possible. If you don't like it, oh well, too bad. We're going to keep giving them crap because that's what we enjoy doing.
Well, keep it up. And Dana, you know what? You're a good man, Charlie Brown. Have been since the day I met you 30 years ago. Keep up the good work, Dana. KA6NBC.
Okay, 7-3, Rich. I'll see you when you get back.
Yeah, later, Rich.
I was going to introduce you guys, but I'll do it later.
No, right now he's too busy trying to defend you, so I'm one of you guys that he refers to us as those guys. You guys going to tell you how to, like we're trying to tell you how to live. I think the point is there's no telling you how to live, Dana. You are the most stubborn person I've ever met. But he's trying to be a hero for you. He's trying to stand up for you because he thinks we're beating you up.
Yeah, he needs some protection.
He needs to lick my balls.
So what do you guys think of all the shit going on? I mean, the Philippines are having practically here we go. Big riots and all kinds of shit going on there, protesting. And Mexico, same thing. You know, they want to overthrow the government.
Is it all because of Trump?
Pretty much. The one in the Philippines is more about corruption. And the money wasn't there because, they got hit by 2 storms and they were like 5 days apart. And the repairs and stuff that should have taken place wasn't taking place because, they didn't have the money. It's just bullshit because they're collecting taxes. And anyway, the people have had enough of the corruption and stuff. So, yeah, they're raising hell. And then in Mexico, I don't know if it's exactly the same thing, but they're raising hell too. They're accusing the president of being connected to the cartel, and they've had enough of it. And that one probably is, Trump is probably behind that one.
We called it not only Good Times USA, but Good Times Worldwide.
Right. Well, what do you think's going on, Harold? I mean, you're watching. a lot of new stuff.
Well, right now, well, if you've seen the video, you'd be blown away. I mean, there were like, thousands of people protesting, and they went to like, I guess it's like the Mexican White House. Anyways, they had welded metal plates that were, 8, 10 feet tall, 6 feet wide, one after another, and they welded together. And then the people came in and started pounding on it and finding anything they could and just, taking benches or whatever, just slamming it. And I mean, and eventually, after a while, they started to get part of it to come apart, and they just dismantled it, And they were just trying to keep them from going into the Royal Palace, or whatever, they call the White House there in Mexico. And I guess they kept them out, but it was, I've seen the video, and there were literally thousands of protesters. The street was just one blanket of nothing but people. It was solid. It's like, wow, there are more people there than a Trump rally. I'm surprised they didn't open fire. They were already using tear gas in Mexico, but they didn't open fire on them. They pretty much let them do their bullshit there, and probably a little bit of physical stuff, but no gunfire. They probably didn't use the clothes.
Oh, well, that's great. We welcome this. Mexico is now what is it? DIY, that's do it yourself. No, DEI. Oh yes, diversity, equity, and integration, and woke. Right on. Mexico is finally becoming woke. Isn't that wonderful?
Oh,
kind of shocking.
Influence too. And that's connected to the drug market. Because Chinese are everywhere right now. The Chinese are like cockroaches. You can go anywhere on the planet, lift up a rock, and you'll find one.
Well, there's sure a lot of Chinese restaurants everywhere.
Well, that's been going on in America for how long? Especially in California and San Francisco, like my entire life. My entire life, the Chinese have owned it, right?
Right, yeah, well, I guess I'm surprised to see that Mexico, because they're normally been a pretty macho country, right? Macho man ruled, and they never really bought into any of the DEI stuff.
Well, I guess just a couple of days ago, some senator, Mexican senator, and he was an independent party, and the cartel, took him out, right in public, right in the middle of a public public thing going on. So that kind of stirred it up, and got all them, everybody excited that they went over and started beating on the president's house.
Yeah, but you know what? In this world, you can know that sometimes those murders are done by the same side just to piss people off, right? It might not have been the other side that murdered him, right? It could be people on the inside just trying to stir it up to cause more problems.
Now wait a minute. Now you're being a troublemaker. Who would that be? That would be Trump.
Well, whoever, but, the insiders in Mexico is what I'm saying.
You don't find it odd or unusual that we as humans have more faith in another human and symbolism than we do in our own self? It's kind of funny how everybody takes sides politically. You're either Biden or you're an Obama or you're a Trumper or whatever. It's just funny. And everybody is so dead set on what they believe in. It's just gotta be. I hear my parents, they're like, they're all too rich and they're this and that. And and he sits in that, and he painted the gold in the White House, and all the rooms are gold, and it's like, it's all they talk about, man. So we go to Sizzler, it's like, I'm at Sizzler, can we just, like, have the salad bar? I'll take the hibachi chicken.
I don't like any of it, as you know. I don't even like Trump. I voted for him just because I was voting against the Democrats, and I was trying to be a good boy and vote. I don't know. I might not vote again. But right now, either way, we're waiting to see if these Epstein files, to see if Trump really is as much of a dirty pig as everybody says he was. He might have been. You know, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, that's not it at all. You know, if it was true, the Democrats would have taken it out because they have the information. I'll tell you what it is. It's the other people that he's protecting. And some of it is the royal family and stuff. And he's protecting them, and he's taking it for them. Because if there was anything that he had, he hated him. He kicked him out of his club. He didn't like him because it's for the exactly reason that it was. But anyway, now I lost my train of thought what I really wanted to talk about.
Well, I don't know. I mean, what do we want to talk about out here? I think what we need to do is have Dana tell us what he's going to have for breakfast tomorrow.
Well, now I remember now.
What I want to know is how well do you guys hear each other the 75 band pass? I mean, how loud is Harold? He's only 4 hours away driving.
I hear you guys fine.
Yeah, you got a little extra power on both ends, and I'm in the middle, so I'm getting away with a little less. At least that's the way I'm figuring. Now, I'm not done yet here. I was listening on the radio the other night, and I was hearing, I couldn't believe it. Jesus Christ, it's like, somebody in this room here that we're talking here was talking to Steve Wingate, the commie, you know. And, I think there is a difference, and what that guy stands for, Jesus Christ, you guys are going to be buddies or what?
That was Dana.
Well, that was me. I was talking to Wingate. What did I talk to him about? I don't think we talked anything political. I think he just made a Papa Murphy's pizza or something. I don't know.
He's just figured out how to make a whole bunch of money online, and one day he's going to be rich.
Right. I think that's what it was, something like that.
Yeah, I can't. I don't hate Steve, but anyway, I know that Steve is still like a fast switching light bulb on off. You never know with Steve. He's the village idiot.
I don't know anything about the guy. I just know that. I mean, if you guys would do your due diligence, get on the radio during the day and just hang out some more, then I want to talk to all these people. But I'm not going to sit out here on this island and just go.
There's too many other good things to do than be on the radio all day. Like right now is a great time to be on the radio, right? But during the day, no. This is a fantastic time to be on the radio right now. Think about it. We're all just kicking back, getting ready to go to sleep. But being up during the day, there's so many other things that can be done. Being on the radio isn't the option.
Well, I'm lonely and I don't have no one to talk to, so I'm stuck out here.
You're not lonely. You're bored. You're not lonely. You're married. You can't be lonely.
Yep. Well, did you know how difficult it was? See, you guys are all smarter than me. You're all interested in electronics. I hear everybody talking up and down the band. They know how to
We're not
solder.
smarter than you necessarily. We're only more interested.
I
Don't give me that crap. Don't give me that crap about it. You guys are smarter than me. I've been hearing that from you a lot. Yeah, I know you're smart enough. You're smart enough. You're a human being. You were born with every bit of your capabilities, and you're just as smart as all of us. You have every bit of the same abilities we all have. You're not all screwed up and dyslexic. You don't have there's all these things that aren't wrong with you. So yeah, you're not stupid. You're just as smart as all of us. So get over that part. Over.
Okay. I'm an EE. I have an EE degree. God, really, if I had to read a schematic, I don't even know how to read a schematic. There's one thing about a schematic I think I know, and one of the guys showed me. It's the end of the schematic that looks like a triangle. Looks like a triangle. At the end of the schematic, it's got a squiggly in the middle of it, and that is, I think, the speaker. So that's either the speaker or the end of the circuit.
You're not fooling.
I think it's the antenna or something.
You're not fooling.
I never wanted to fool you. I don't want to do anything. I just want you guys to ham it up. Why do you guys all have a mental block? You can't just go with it, throw the towel in, and say, I'm going to get on the air and hang out. And why do you guys always have this difficult decision where I have all these other things to do? Just roll with it. Just tell yourself, I don't have anything else to do, and I can just hang out here because it doesn't require a lot of effort to be out here. It's totally chill, man. It's like being on vacation every day.
Well, I am out here. But if I were out here every day, I'd be really bored. And there's all these other things I can do that are much more interesting than just being on radio all day. So yeah, it's more stimulating, more interesting to not be on radio all day. And only have you partition your time. I got my time for radio. Like now, we've been out here for hours. That's a lot of radio time, so I don't know what you're talking about. But in the middle of the day when it's light and bright out, I don't want to be sitting around on the radio.
Well, I was just trying to defend myself because somebody took a smack at me. I didn't know what to say. Someone told me that I was visiting with Wingate. Well, I think he's a ham the last I was told. I mean, look at the guy's license. I'm making improvements. Before, I was talking to all those unlicensed people, and you guys kicked me in the nuts, and then I stopped doing that. Well, at least I'm talking to licensed people now.
Boy, Dana.
Remember when I was talking to Wally all the time? And then all of a sudden, Wally got all pissed off, and he started jamming me. It's like, damn, man.
Well, you do have a way of turning on people and seeing how they react.
No, not at all. I said to Wally, I go, why don't you get your license? And he's like, I'm not getting my license. I go, well, I thought you already had a license. And he's like, well, and he didn't say much, and then, I don't know, then he got all mad. He got mad because I didn't tell you guys, because you guys are like, don't talk to guys about license. I'm like, okay, can't talk to you, Wally. And then one day he just woke up and said, well, Dana took their side, and now I don't like him. And it's like, whoa, dude. And then he started going crazy. So, I don't know what's going on. We need another MZA out here. One of those MZA guys.
Tell you what, Dana. I'm just gonna. If I could give you like a warm fuzzy, I'd give you one because I realize that you really are disturbed, and so that's why all this stuff even matters to you.
Gunnar Rose thinks I have TBI, traumatic brain injury.
I don't know. You never really did anything physical in your life at all. I mean, if anybody has, it's guys like me who have crashed and burned a lot. Motorcycles, bicycles, skateboards, fighting, falling. I can think of all these different, skating, skateboarding, skating, whatever. All the times I've crashed and smashed my head into stuff. I don't think so. I think you're just basically so spoiled from being an only child that you're just kind of dense. But you're just dense. That's all. It's not that you're stupid. You're dense because you didn't have any other siblings to argue with. You always got in your way in the household. Your parents didn't really know how to deal with you, so they just put up with you, and you basically ruled them. And you still do. You're their little darling. And so, yeah, you've had just this wonderful, blessed life, basically.
I heard everything.
Oh, boy. Yeah, we got our fan club out here now. Anyway, you've had a very blessed life, sir. You've had very lucky life. You're lucky you didn't have any other siblings to deal with. Although it might have made you kind of less, like, I think one thing you're lacking is the skills of dealing with other adults correctly. I think you didn't have to deal with it growing up. You didn't have anybody your age in your house to deal with, so you got pretty spoiled in that sense. But I get it. That, you know, you're basically your parents' little darling, and you weren't a bad kid, but you were definitely the only kid, and they knew like they had their hands full with you, and you probably weren't handful to them. It was probably hard on them to have you. You know, I mean, you probably questioned everything they did. You probably were a little junior super cop back when you were like 3 years old. You were probably interrogating your parents.
I think I might have been a little bit.
Right? You were 3 years old and cross-examining your mom and dad. You had all the makings to become a judge. And even like the old big old fat town judge, it just blessed everybody. The judge
has to make it through law school.
Yeah, well, you know what? We'd pay off the school to just give you the degree. I mean, half these judges that are out there, you know, there's no way they really pass law school legitimately. They just, all the rich kids get paid off. Everybody's rich kid. Like, look at, like, what is it, the Bush family, okay? Like, you love your Republicans? Yeah, well, you know, look at the Bushes. You love them? Oh, great. I don't. Anyway, the Republicans are going to cringe now. I'm not real. I am a Republican, though, on paper right now, because, God bless, I mean, I just can't deal with the Democrats. But nonetheless, the Bush family, you think Bush Jr., George Jr., he went to some college, and I guess he passed. Do you think he really passed? Hell no. That guy was a moron. The guy didn't. That guy, the only thing, I bet you he did just as much blow as Hunter Biden, right? Now, the difference is Hunter Biden didn't become president. But watch this, guy. What if Hunter Biden runs for president and gets elected? Oh, good God bless America. Over.
I think he's thinking about it with some of the interviews he just recently said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he has a corrupt father. He's been born into it. Might as well, you know, in for a penny, in for a pound. Might as well just be a complete sellout.
Well, right now, you know, the difference is, you know, I voted Democrat. You know, I've been Democrat. I've been Libertarian. You know, I've kind of moved around, and because the party's changed. The Democrat Party is not the same party it used to be, and I tell you, the Republican Party with the Bush family, you know, that was some pretty evil shit with 9/11 and stuff. There's stuff that happened that, you know, we still haven't been told the truth yet. And that was on their watch. So, you know, they're just as bad as Obama. You know, Obama was terrible. And, you know, Trump is just like wild and crazy, but at least he's got a good business brain, you know. And that's what really this country needs, because all we know how to do is, like, give away money and go deeper in debt. And at least, you know, he's the man for the job to try to get us out of it. But, you know, that remains to be seen, you know. They say we're already too deep.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any way out, but Whatever. I guess I'm too selfish to worry about it. We'll just see. Right now, I'm still alive. What was going to say about that? Trump. Oh, yeah, but the Epstein stuff. Yeah. So that's the latest thing. They're just really still trying to push on him, right? Like, that's the last. Isn't that like the last-ditch effort to really grind him into the ground? So I wonder, but it does make you wonder if he really wasn't a slimy guy, you know, banging on 14-year-olds when he was 30.
No, I think he went until they were legal, you know. But, you know, he's definitely a playboy there for sure, and, you know, all that. But, and he got in trouble. And he was in it heavy, too, you know. He had those beauty passions, you know. He was running those things, you know. So, yeah, he's in a way just as guilty as, you know, being a sexual predator or whatever. But I think he stayed on the legal side. And there, you know, there's none of the girls or anybody, you know, I mean, the ones that made any kind of talk sex could always, you know, he was like a gentleman or whatever. So there's nothing there. I think really it's the royal family, okay? This is what I feel it is. It's the royal family, and he's doing a favor for England. And he's just going to bite the bullet and try to protect his